All right. So, dust has settled a little bit, and I think it's time we talk about a certain fighter that I think is getting way too much attention. By the title of the video, I'm sure you know. I truly believe Khalil Rountree is by far the most overrated UFC fighter on the entire roster. I don't even think it's close. I think saying John Jones, I don't like John Jones, never did, don't think he's the GOAT. I think John Jones being the GOAT is a way more reasonable take than Khalil Rountree being a contender at light heavyweight. Just being honest, I think Khalil Rountree is actually, like, by far the most overrated fighter. Kaya Sakura, not even ranked yet, and I think it's fair that he's being given a title shot. At least more fair, not like completely fair, let's be honest, but at least more fair than Khalil Rountree being given top 3 in contenders for light heavyweight. Alright, and in this video, I'm going to break down why I think that's the case. Now, if you don't know, our cult leader here, Khalil Rountree, yes, he was on a 5-fight win streak before fighting Alex Pereira. And after this 5-fight win streak, so this is a little background, on unranked people, he ended up getting a title fight against Alex Pereira while he was ranked number 8, 9, 10 in that range. He was 8 to 10, can't remember. But he was given this title fight, and he, so far at light heavyweight, has gone the most amount of rounds that anyone has at light heavyweight, reaching all the way to round 4. And then he got finished in round 4. And now everyone's saying that Khalil Rountree is a top contender, that he may one day actually get the belt. My personal thoughts and opinions, I think he will never get the belt. I don't even think it's going to get close. I think the next fight he gets, if it's top 5, he gets knocked out cold. Not even, like, close. I think he's getting fraud checked immediately. Okay, maybe not knocked out cold, but he'll definitely lose. That's my prediction. I think he'll lose to anyone in the top 5. Not even, like, I'm not even, like, questioning it. Like, with normal matchups, like with Alex Pereira, it's like, okay, well, this fight's like 80-20. Okay, well, I'm like 55-40. This, if anyone in the top fight, let's just UFC rankings real quick. If anyone in the top 5 fought him, Ankalaev, Yuri, Jamal Hill, Jan Blachowicz, and Rakic, I think he loses. I don't even have any doubts in my mind that he would lose. Now, what is the reason for... He is number 8. I think he stayed number 8. Now, what is the reason for this? Now, you may think, well, he was on a 5-fight win streak. Sorry to break it to you, but first of all, it was a 5-fight win streak with 1 robbery where he did not beat Dustin Jacoby. Dustin Jacoby whooped his ass, and Khalil Rountree somehow got the decision. If you want to question, oh, well, you know, they gave it to him, so it's still technically a 5-fight win streak, blah, 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 blah. Hey, fair enough then. You can't defend any split decision that doesn't go your way ever in the entirety of the UFC, alright? Now, this is just going to show the whole thing, right? Yeah, it's not going to show the actual fight. But basically, actually, I think we can get it. We can get the stats here, right? Not the most accurate, but you can clearly see that Dustin Jacoby outlanded him, out-significant striked him, and he also shot takedowns. Like, it's, if you watch the fight, rewatch it, Khalil Rountree did not win. Dustin Jacoby was up on 2 of those rounds, if not all 3. Now, getting back into Khalil Rountree. So, that breaks the whole 5-fight win streak thing. So, he hasn't had a 5-fight win streak ever in his entire career. If you want to say it because it's on paper, okay, roll with that. Moving on. So, we can see that he beats, of his 5, alright, Modestas Bukauskas. I feel like I don't need to say anything more. Mr. Modestas here hasn't beat anyone of note, and he's pretty fucking dog shit. Wow. It's unfortunate that he beat Zach Pauga, because I actually like Zach Pauga, but, you know, he beat Tyson Pedro. Wow, welcome to the club. You know, like, who are these people? You know what I mean? Even losing to, like, look at these losses. Like, Jimmy Crute, McCall, McCall. Now, I rate McCall very highly, but obviously that's aged fucking horribly now. So I don't think I need to say anything there. Carl Robertson, who? You know what I mean? Like, these are all unranked bums that get pity signings to the UFC. It is what it is. Then we get Dustin Jacoby, which he robbed Dustin Jacoby of. He didn't win the fight. He didn't look good in that fight, and he clearly got fucking checked pretty hard in terms of pace, let's just say. Because Dustin Jacoby was on the back foot not a large portion of the time, but he was still just ahead, you know? He counter-striked the fuck out of Khalil Rountree. Anyways, and then Chris Daukaus. Wow, bro. This is, I believe, the fight where he landed that sick fucking kick. Now, let's just look at Chris Daukaus' record here. Wow, guys. This is a crazy win. Holy shit, a 5-loss streak. You gotta be Tony Ferguson level of dog shit to reach that height. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be that over the hill to reach that fucking loss streak. And we can see Derrick Lewis, you know what I mean? Like, Curtis Blades is whatever it is. Your senior Rojan strike is what it is. And then he can't even, like, bro, like, he's not good, okay? Chris Daukaus, not good. And his, like, Khalil Rountree beating Chris Daukaus means absolutely fucking nothing. And then we go on to his most notable win, guys. He beat Anthony fucking Smith. Anthony No Heart Smith. Now, a young, as you can see here, 63-year-old Anthony Smith. They have the numbers backwards. It's odd. I know. Pretty weird. Definitely not 6'4". I don't even know how the fuck they got that. Anyways, but Anthony Smith sucks. He lost to Roman Dolidze on short notice. Okay. Beat Vitor Petrino. Very overrated. We know that now, obviously. He literally jumped into a fucking guillotine. Beat Ryan Spann. A lot of people thought it was controversial. I thought he won that fight. But Ryan Spann sucks. Barely beats Ovince St. Peru. Okay. Who is a young... how old is he? Or how young is he? I think 84. Anyways. And then, you know, lost to Ankalaev. Lost to Johnny Walker. And, yeah. Like, who's his last relevant win here? Alright? Who's his last relevant win? Gustafsson? You know what I mean? 5 years ago? You know? It's like... Congrats. It's a name on your list. You beat Anthony No Heart Smith. Yeah. I feel like, needless to say, Anthony Smith sucks and is one of the worst ranked light heavyweights right now on the roster. I mean, who do we got? Like, Alonzo Metafield, actually, wow, it's crazy. Yeah, it's like, Dominic Reyes is about to fight Smith. I'm picking Dominic Reyes. I picked Bogdan Guskov, literally Anthony Smith 2.0. I don't know if I pick Menifield, but, like, come on. I think we can all agree he sucks, alright? I don't think we need to really go into Anthony Smith being fucking good in 2024, okay? I don't think we need to do that. And then we look at the Alex Pereira fight. Now, what's one thing that you can take away from every one of the fights here? So, Chris Daukaus, he beat in the first round. And it's important to realize why I think Khalil Rountree is so overrated. He went to the fourth round. So, yeah. So, he beat Chris Daukaus in round 1. And then most of his other fights are round 2 and round 3, where he just looks good, right? Or he gets the finish. Now, here's the thing. Khalil Rountree is a great 3-round fighter. He will never be a good 5-round fighter because he doesn't know how to pace himself, and he's never known how to pace himself, and every single one of the fights he's been in, he's gotten gassed in round 3, you know? And he has no killer instinct. He still is missing that, you know? You can say whatever you want about the soccer kick. That's not a killer instinct, that's just a move, okay? When I'm saying killer instinct, I'm like, he's rocked, he's wobbled, you instantly see like a light switch go on in the fighter's head, and he's like, I need to finish him now, you know? We're seeing less and less people have that instinct, and Khalil Rountree just does not have it, you know? And when we look at a fight like Alex Pereira, but he took Alex Pereira to round 4, oh, the toughness, well, he was winning the fight before he got knocked out. One thing that's important to note here, I don't disagree that Khalil won round 1 and 2. However, I think it is being way blown out of proportion. It's not like they weren't close rounds, you know? Not saying that Pereira won the round, or you could argue he won the round. Just saying they were close to the point where if Pereira literally landed 3 to 5 more strikes, it's his round, you know? But if there's one thing Pereira is good at, he's always got a game plan going in against a fighter. And what was his game plan against Khalil Rountree? Well, the same game plan I think everyone is going to have moving on from Khalil Rountree's loss. And it's just survive until he gasses. Because I don't know if you guys saw, at the end of round 2, you could notice it a little bit. The end of round 3, Khalil Rountree literally looked like he didn't even belong in the UFC. His teeps, his low kicks, literally looked like heavyweight teeps and low kicks. If you don't know what I mean by them, I think Shamil Gaziev had better teeps and low kicks in round 4 against Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Or was it round 3? Might have been round 3, you know? And that's Shamil fucking Gaziev. I don't even think he threw fucking teeps and low kicks in that fight, and I still think they're better. That's what I'm talking about here. They were lazy, sloppy, no power. They were just there to be there, you know? And we see that a lot with tired fighters. And then in round 4, absolutely broken man. Does he still swing? Is he still dangerous? Sure. I'm not going to disagree there. What I will disagree with, he's got very little technique. He is explosive, but he gasses out every single time he fights. If you watch all these fights in the last round, and any fight that makes it to round 3, he always gasses. So what's his plan in Alex Pereira's fight? I've got a secret move I've been working on. And, you know, when I use it this fight, you'll know I used it. What? Fucking blasts, overhand rights, and jabs until you're too tired to do it again? You know what I mean? I love Muay Thai. Muay Thai is one of my favorite combat martial arts. And Khalil Rountree, in my opinion, is actually one of the worst kind of examples of it. Because he showcases that you just gas, you know? You're like one round... Like, Michelle Pereira just lost tonight, actually. Not too long ago, alright? He's a 1-minute merchant. Khalil Rountree is a 1-round merchant, alright? Outside of the first round, you just can get a higher pace on him in round 2, and then you just snowball in round 3, and then it's over for Rountree. And can we all, like, not forget, this guy lost to fucking Prachniow, Jan Kutalaba, okay, and Johnny Walker, and some of the worst ways you could imagine. If you see these KOs, I'm talking like Terrence McKinney level KOs. The KOs that you see and you're just like, holy fuck. I hope your kid never sees that, because they will never view you as a father the same. You know? Like, that's the type of fucking KOs he's receiving here. And now, Alex Pereira, listen man, I get it. Khalil won 2 rounds on Pereira, but that's like the game plan Pereira had. You know what I mean? Like, of course it's never going to be Pereira says it. Of course, like, it's always going to go down in history. Khalil Rountree, the man to win 2 rounds and make it to the 4th with Alex Pereira, one of the greatest combat athletes of all time. But at the end of the day, Pereira knows the guy gasses. He even said it on the mic. So he literally just waited it out. You know? Why play a risky game with someone you know? Like, it's not like Khalil Rountree is throwing 100% when he needs to. He throws 100% every time. He misses a kick, that's 100% energy of a kick wasted. He misses a jab, he you know, the overhand gets blocked, that's 100% of each one of those moves getting blocked. You know what I mean? It's like, he wastes so much energy in these fights. And then it's literally down to him beating bums. And then, oh wow, Pereira's not going to be an absolute dumbass like he was in the Israel Adesanya fight, the 4th one, where he let his hands drop while in the finishing sequence, and then Adesanya closed his eyes and then randomly landed a left hand. Of course, Pereira is going to keep it safe against a guy who's only live in round 1 and 2. You know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy to me, and I know we're looking at like, oh, well, he finished Smith in round 3, so he's live in round 3. This was Anthony Smith, short notice. Anthony Smith didn't even throw fucking punches for 95% of the fight, okay? Wasn't even close. The whole time he was like, hey, swatting fucking flies, alright? While Khalil Rountree just sat there waiting and waiting, you know? And it really sucks, because I want Khalil Rountree to look better than he does. But let's not forget, Alex Pereira, in round 3, made him quit. Like, literally made him quit. And you could see it in the way he was reacting to punches. He wasn't taking it well. And then in round 4, he literally made Khalil Rountree physically tap to fucking body shots, alright? And as we all know, when you take a liver shot, you have to admit defeat when you're dropping to the ground off a liver shot. You know what I mean? It's not like a knockout where your brain shut off. No, a liver shot is like, I know it hurts, and I know it's like liver shots are deadly, blah, blah, blah. I get that, right? But it is like, if you knock someone out with a liver shot, you know they have quit in their brain, because they literally quit. You know what I mean? Great example. If a certain Merab Divishvili had quit in his brain, he doesn't. Trust me. I think all doctors have tried to figure out what's in his brain, and other than PEDs, they can't really find anything else. Yeah, he doesn't have quit in his brain, and that's why when he took a liver shot, a spinning wheel kick from O'Malley, yeah, he winced at it, and he was like, you know? But he didn't go down, and he didn't quit. Khalil Rountree quit, you know? And I'm not sitting here saying that it's embarrassing to quit or whatever, right? To a guy like Alex Pereira. But what I'm saying is that everyone's treating Khalil like he's this untouchable top fucking 3 to 5 contender that's going to be around forever. Are we, like, just forgetting who's in light heavyweight? Like, light heavyweight isn't the greatest division, but... like, does he beat a Krylov? I don't think so. Does he beat Volkan Ozdemir? Probably not. Does he beat Rakic? Probably not. Does he beat Jamal Hill? Jan Blachowicz? I would wager not. Jamal Hill went to a bloody war with Glover Teixeira, you know? And I know he got knocked out first round, coming off an injury. Not really looking at that. But I'm just saying, my standpoint, I would take... Johnny Walker already beat him. Carlos Ulberg, I would take him. Azmat Mirzakhanov, maybe. Anthony, doesn't count. Dominic Reyes, I would even wager Dominic Reyes would probably do fairly decent. Like, I'm just saying, man. Khalil Rountree is a round 1 merchant. I think we're going to see that. I think we're going to see him go on a big losing streak, either getting finished in round 2 and 3, or losing by decision round 2 and 3, you know? Because it happens a lot with a lot of guys, you know? When you sense a guy's chinny, you know, you typically try to strike on the feet, and normally you get success. Khalil Rountree is only getting older. It's not like he's a prime age cult leader, so his mental is definitely gone after this fight. I know a lot of people are, like, giving him, you're warrior, blah, blah, blah. I think that's going to give him too big of a head, and I think he's going to go into his next fight and get absolutely clowned on by anyone in the top 5. Me, personally, I think he belongs unranked. You know, and I think he cracks top 15, peaks. I think right now, where he's at, top 8, I think that's his peak. I don't think he's ever going to be above that. And I do think it's because he's shit, you know? Not in terms of an overall fighter, but he's got nothing past the first 2 rounds. The first round, he's going to gas. The second round, he's gassing, so you just need to, like, match it or just wait, you know? And you can say it's a safe way of fighting or whatever, but I just think it's clearly obvious that Khalil Rountree, he just doesn't belong in the top of the division, in my opinion. From everything we've seen, his win streaks mean absolutely nothing. He's lost to legit bums in the fucking division. Jan Kutalaba just saved his ass from getting cut from the UFC, you know? He went to a decision with the 44-year-old man, and he fucking knocks out Khalil Rountree that's in his prime age. Like, I'm sorry, man. I just... You'll never convince me that Khalil Rountree is actually good. He's actually, you know, worthy of top contender. Does he have warrior blood in his genes? A little bit, you know? Definitely that Muay Thai helping him out. But outside of the first round, he's got nothing. He's literally got nothing, you know? And I know you can say, well, Tinko, all of these have parentheses in it that are just like, well, it's Anthony fucking Smith on short notice in 2024. 2023, my bad. December, my bad. But, yeah, like, Eric Anders, wow, bro. Like, wow, you beat Paul Craig, you know? losing to Tyson, like, I'm sorry, man. You can't convince me this guy will ever be good. And his style, listen, his style isn't that bad for MMA. I like his Muay Thai, but he doesn't shoot takedowns. I think Jamal Hill grapples with this guy. I think he gets him down, and I think Jamal Hill probably gets a submission, just being honest. I think Yuri could grapple, but honestly, I think Yuri would just get him with something unorthodox. And I've been saying this since the Smith fight. Khalil looks chinny in almost every fight, man. He gets hit and he does not take damage well, you know? In the Alex Pereira fight, we saw it a little bit better, but I think, like, it's kind of clear that Alex Pereira was, you know... And a lot of people blow this fight out of proportion. Everyone's like, oh, you dropped Alex Pereira. I mean, kind of. He landed a good, I think it was a check, left hook or right hook, after Pereira was doing, like, something goofy with the spinning kick. I think it was an off-balance thing. Did it hurt? Probably, but I don't think it wobbled him. I think there was a few moments where it's like he's close, but it's like, if you're close on Pereira, it's like, that's not really saying much, you know? Yuri's close on Pereira, you know? Jamal Hill, not really, because Jamal Hill didn't really get that many exchanges off. But, you know. Yeah. I just don't rate the win. Or, sorry, I don't rate the loss, you know? Like, I rate a loss against some crazy guys, you know? Like, when I look at the UFC, a loss to Islam does not look bad. You know, if you lose to, like, Dustin losing to Islam the way he did, listen, man, I know he's threatening retirement after every fight. Either retire or, like, you still technically got it. I would still fight if I was him, but, like, just retire if you're gonna sit there complaining about retirement. Khalil, I don't think is long for this world. I think he's got 2 to 3 years left, and then he'll eventually retire because of his cult, not occupation, what am I looking for? Obligations. His cult obligations, you know, raising the next cult members. But outside of that, I just don't see, like, I really don't, I'm sorry, I just don't see how, like, people are looking at Khalil Rountree like, yeah, man, I really pick him against Jamal Hill, you know, I think that fight's really close. Oh my god, like, bro, like, oh wow, you beat Podescus, you lost to Prochnow 3 years ago, you lost to... Like, I just can't, I'm sorry, I can't, I never will, not gonna happen. But, if you like Khalil Rountree, I'm sorry to burst your bubble. I love Muay Thai, I hate this guy, he's a cult leader, and I don't care why, you know? But, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Made it to the end of the video, I want to thank you for watching. I'm probably going to slow down on MMA content a little bit. I'll probably try to mix in some other things. I've got some other plans. I'm kind of just posting things to post things. You know I'm uploading a lot of MMA and Star Wars stuff, so you can consider me one of those YouTubers, but kind of just, you know, going with the flow. You know, trying to find my own pathway in this world. You know? But, yeah, I'm not retiring, or fake retiring like Lucas Tracy. Don't worry. I will still upload MMA probably the rest of my life. But, yeah, anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for watching, and as always, I hope you have a good day.